For your part. Hey guys, it's Mystery and what's your name?
Totally drowned. Do you really want me? Really? I'm not much of a talker except when it comes to Mario stuff.
Which brings us to the point of this video. We're going to be talking about Mario, mostly Luigi.
Yeah, mostly Luigi. Most of these are actually
theories.
referring to a single theory that I came up with.
Yeah, she came up with it because of one
video that was based entirely off of a hack.
Yep.
It was actually a video series, but still, let's just get started. Luigi. My theory is that Luigi is a ghost.
Woohoo!
Which makes a lot of sense. Most characters, when they go into the water, they just sink like a rock, such as Mario. However, in Mario 64 for the DS, I have to say for the DS because in the original version, you cannot play as Luigi unless you have the multiplayer hack.
And
Luigi, if you sprint towards the water, he runs on it for a little bit before dropping.
what you associate like a god.
But he's clearly not one because he hardly has any of his own games.
Yeah, if anyone's a god, it would be Mario or Bowser, because Bowser is a freaking idiot. No, freaking monster.
Yeah.
And which brings me to Peach. Princess Peach could be just an angel.
Alright, but seriously, we're talking about the Luigi ghost theory here. More so, when Mario does a backflip, actually when any character does a backflip, besides Luigi, also in Super Mario 64 for the DS, they just do the backflip, nothing special. But when Luigi does it, he starts spinning, and because of that, he begins to float, and you can actually control him while he's doing so. This means that in one of the paintings, in levels, Tall Mountain, you can get the Blast to Lonely Mushroom Star without dying a gajillion times by climbing up the mountain a little bit, backflipping off, and just floating your way to the mushroom.
Yay!
I have done that more than enough times, even though I have already gotten, even if I have already gotten the star, because it's just fun to do.
And we just put a blooper in there that says Mario! Okay, so explain the last of your diagrams.
Alright, well, there's actually a couple more, as well as something we don't have a diagram for, because it's basically impossible to draw a diagram for it, but before I move on to this version, to this very portion of it, which has nothing to do with the Mario 64, when Luigi gets a power flower, which has different effects on different characters, like for Mario it gives him wings, it makes Yoshi spit fire, and it makes Wario turn into a metal beast. Who cannot be hurt. But when Luigi gets it, he turns invisible and can walk through freaking walls.
Which we associate with ghosts and spirits.
Yep, but more so, there's actually an area where that's a feature of the game, where you have to do that in order to save Wario. He walks through a mirror, and you actually control Luigi on the other side. But here's something creepy. When you approach the mirror again, make sure you don't go back through, and you'll actually see a Luigi on the other side.
Oh my goodness, that's so creepy.
Yeah. More so, when you go through the reflection of the exit, you enter this literal white space that has nothing but a star and a door the first time you enter it. After that, it's just a door, which is rather creepy also.
Yay! Thumbs up.
Yeah.
Thumbs up.
But yeah, because there's many places where you're actually meant to walk through the wall as Luigi. But
that doesn't explain why he can.
Yeah.
So,
and then before we get to how we think we became a ghost, now we get to the part that has nothing to do with Mario 64.
which I'm going to explain how we think Luigi became a ghost. Right?
Well, working together.
Yeah, because
And Super Luigi, New Super Luigi U, and Super Mario 3D World, as well as 3D Land, you can play as Luigi as player 1, and his physics are all kinds of screwy.
yep.
When Mario runs and does a quick turn, he slides a little bit due to the momentum.
Which is the C. The C represents the turn.
Yeah. However, when Luigi does the same thing, goes the same distance, turns in the same spot, he slides twice as far because he has zero traction on shoes that are identical to Mario's.
But which doesn't make sense because if I drew how long Mario goes and Luigi, and then I drew a line to represent how much farther he goes.
Yeah.
So let's go to the theory about
How the heck he died.
Yeah. Hold on. I need to prop that up. Prop that.
For real.
Yep. Ah. Ah.
Alright, that should work.
Yeah, I can't get up now.
There is a section in Luigi's Mansion where you have to answer a phone in the attic. While you're doing so, lightning will flash, and then you'll see this super creepy shadow of Luigi just hanging there. You can't see his head or neck, but you can definitely tell that something's not right because he's just limp in the shadow.
Can you hold this up for a second? So I can explain my part of the theory? Okay. So, I think the reason is because Luigi got so creeped out by the ghost, he thought he was going insane. So he either A, hanged himself, the ghost hanged him to try to kill himself. A, he's dead in a ghost. Or B, he's in a coma because he didn't succeed in killing himself, but he succeeded in breaking his neck a little bit. So, but the paramedics arrived just on time. His neck was broken, but that put him in a permanent coma.
There is actually a portion that makes things really, really creepy. There's actually a Mario horror game called Mario the Music Box, in which you play alternating between Mario and Luigi. Of course, in it, Mario gets possessed, but that's not the point here. At one point, Luigi is seeing copies of Mario that aren't there, and as a result, if you approach him as Mario, then it's death either way. They both die no matter what you do. Either Luigi, he ends up killing the real Mario, realizes it, and jumps out the window to kill himself, or Mario has to fight back, kills Luigi, and becomes so sad he also kills himself. So either way, you both die in it, which is quite creepy.
It either starts out like that, or Luigi kills himself and doesn't realize it, or doesn't accept that he's dead.
But here's something even scarier. It turns out according to the Mario the Music Box, the reason Luigi can see ghosts is because of special contact lenses. It also makes him able to see if they're good or bad. If they're blue, they're good, red, they're bad. There is a really creepy ghost that you can come across, which is unfortunately red and will kill you quite quickly if you don't run for your life. I think it's called the crookneck or something. But it looks like but its neck looks like a walking cane, which is really disturbing.
Yeah. So, let's continue on.
But
it's either
wait, there's more. You notice how... But the reason I brought up Mario the Music Box in the first place is because Luigi's Mansion takes place in a forest. In Mario the Music Box, there's a forest that you can easily get lost in called the Forest of Suicide. And those who get lost in it hang themselves. And if you go the wrong way too many times, you go into a cutscene where we first see Luigi, who hung himself in the forest, And then you are gloriously treated to Mario doing the same.
But that's either the prequel, or this is the prequel, or this is after.
And Luigi's ghost is revisiting the same mansion he died at because the mansion.
Which is even creepier because they probably got the idea from the real life, glorious Suicide Forest.
Yeah.
There's actually a real life one.
Oh, jeez. Like,
Yeah.
If you go into the suicide forest of suicide and you can't find your way out, it mentions that there are bodies of people hanging everywhere.
Yeah. Guess what? That's like the real Suicide Forest. People go there to hang themselves and kill themselves. That's why it's called Suicide Forest.
The only difference between the forest of suicide and that is that they only kill themselves if they can't find their way.
But you can find in the real Suicide Forest a lot of suicide notes. Like, there was one of this little girl. She decided to kill herself because her dad was abusive.
Oh, jeez.
So she killed herself and said, I want to be with mommy now. So her mother wanting to die. But on from that theory.
Actually, unfortunately, we're pretty much out of